Hi, and welcome to You, Me, Web3, the podcast of Lab 51 on the topics of the future of the internet. Today, I have a very esteemed friend with me, a person I've known for a long time, I think probably 10 years plus.
Yeah,
He was with UBS, head of digital, and many different roles in many different companies. And today, he's a managing partner at Kuble, one of the new Web3 agencies, and also a fellow member at the IAB. So, very warm welcome, Christian.
thanks a lot, Mark. Happy to be here.
Excellent. So we've been in touch for a long time, and obviously you have had so many roles. Could you maybe tell us more about yourself, about your background, and what you're doing currently at Kuble?
I started in online marketing area in an agency back in 2003. So after the burst of the internet bubble, worked there for around 7 years and then joined UBS 2010. Had their different roles in the marketing department and also head of the digital marketing and social media until 2018, so 8 years. Then stayed in the financial industry, but a different role at the Man Group as head of digital for another 2 years. And then 2020, I moved back to agency side and joined Kuble as managing partner. Kuble is a digital agency, so it's focusing historically on digital marketing, full service, but had always a technology focus and was kind of exploring the latest trends in technology and also see how this can be incorporated into the marketing activities and service levels. And that's also the case right now. So we explored Metaverse, Web3, and also AI meanwhile, and also developed services around these technologies. And so basically today we have the different service pillars, still digital marketing. Then in the area of Metaverse, we build Metaverse spaces on different platforms, Web3 platforms and also non-Web3 platforms, and also VR implementations. In the area of Web3, we serve companies with their Web3 marketing activities. So these are Web3 companies talking to Web3 audience, Web3 companies talking to non-Web3 audience, but also traditional companies kind of exploring the field of Web3. And then additionally in the area of AI, we started developing AI applications and also very focused on chatbot and avatars connected with chatbots. So here also the world of kind of 3D or metaverse and AI kind of merging together. And additionally, we launched the Metaverse Academy back 2022. First with the focus to Metaverse, therefore still the name Metaverse Academy, but meanwhile it's also split into the three main disruptive technologies, so Web3, Metaverse, VR, or spatial computing, and AI. So we also have an educational pillar. That's what we do.
I think you mentioned an important point in there, which I'd like to stress, which is we still are talking to Web2 audiences. Not everything is Web3. Actually, the majority of projects in reality are actually still Web2 audience based. And I think
Correct,
we
yeah.
need to bridge between Web2 and Web3. It's not just all modern and shiny and new. There's a lot of traditional, let's say, craftsmanship which needs to be done to actually create realities, because we kind of just go for the shiny new thing and say everything is decentralized and AI and Web3, etc. We have a lot of problems of today to solve still with today's technologies, because many companies are not even fully Web3. So thinking about that aspect, what do you think are key differences between the more traditional digital marketing approach, which you had in your previous roles, notably at UBS, I'd assume, and marketing in and within the Web3 space? Where do you see the differences in there?
Well, I think it depends on to which audience you speak. If you are a Web3 company and you speak to a Web2 audience, then most probably you will use the same mechanics and same channels than you would do for a Web2 company doing marketing for them in the traditional sense. But when we talk about targeting Web3 audience, I think here the difference is that they use different channels. So, for example, Twitter is Twitter is not different, but Twitter is heavily used, more heavy than in the traditional Web2 industry, I would say. then you also have other channels like Telegram or Discord that are used heavily, and they are very, very fast. And there comes the community into the game. So you need to kind of feed and also manage, and then do the dialogue management with the community. So the way how you communicate, how quick you communicate, that's very different. And we also see that a lot with gamification or with goodies in a form of token or NFTs, and also engage users. And I think the tricky thing is then not to engage them for one campaign or for one activity, but then engage them on an ongoing basis. So what's then the story after the campaign? What is the benefit if they use the NFT? How can you bring ongoing utility into it, and by doing so, then really build the community and have a vibrant and active community? I think here there are some clear differences to the traditional marketing.
Maybe talk about successful marketing campaigns which utilize Web3 technologies. What are highlights you'd like to pick out from recent time?
For me, it seems that especially brands who have physical goods and bring these physical goods also as NFTs and wearables into, or digital twins into Web3 and the Metaverse, that there are some good examples like Gucci, for example. And with a younger audience coming up who care about the avatars and who also are willing to invest for wearables for the avatars, there can be made a good money. And I think there are some especially luxury brands and also some others like Nike or Adidas who realized that, started early, and already make good money. And also with the combination of the digital and real world, so it's digital, I think there are some good use cases and some success stories so far. And the other area where I feel there is high potential, but I haven't seen so many who did it right, is in the loyalty program space. Here, when you look at Starbucks, for example, this Odyssey one, that one felt very innovative and kind of, oh yeah, good that they go into this direction, but they stopped the program. And I think, I don't know the reasons why they stopped it, but I think it shows that you need quite some resources to run such a program, and also to keep the users. It's easy for one campaign to kind of have a gamification, have a goodie, to entertain the users, but to do this on an ongoing basis, so that you really bring ongoing utility to these tokens, and so that the users then also really use it and see it as a value. I think that's a tricky one.
For whom is it suitable? Which kind of companies do you think benefit first from Web3 approaches? Are there specific groups of brands? Are there certain industries where you think they should really embark on the journey of Web3 in marketing? Or do you say it's for everyone?
No, I don't think, at least at this stage, that it's for everyone or every company. Obviously, it's made for Web3 companies. They are already in there, and most of them speak still to a Web3 audience. And from the traditional industry, I think it's for such luxury brands or also premium brands who have a very strong brand in the real world, and this brand is transferable to the virtual world. I think there are some good opportunities. And other than that, in the travel industry, maybe definitely in the sports industry, I think there also with loyalty programs, with collectibles, that's a big thing.
But I think the important aspect, and it brings us back to the beginning, is really all about what's your audience, know your
Correct,
audience, and have the hypothesis of where is that audience moving in the future, and how can you cater to their needs. And sometimes the answer can be Web3, especially if you look at, as you mentioned correctly, all the crypto millionaires. There's a new group of wealthy people emerging who are making good money in Web3. And there's also people who are diversifying their portfolios, notably now with ETFs available, who want to embark on projects which are more innovative. And I think there you have a lot of opportunity to cater to those. But overall, I agree, sports, luxury travel are probably more prone to it. But maybe I'd also add more on the B2B side, the commercial metaverse implementations. Think about the Siemenses of the world, think about the BMWs of the world with the digital twins of the factories, simulating their processes. and also the training of employees or medical industry as well. I think there's a lot of opportunity there.
That's true, but here the question is, if they have a industrial metaverse, for example, is this really Web3 based, or is it just a centralized platform? So I think here we need to, metaverse per se is not Web3. So here it can
Correct.
be Web3, but it could also not be a Web3.
It's actually more
But
VR. It's actually more
yeah,
VR than anything.
yeah, correct. But a good point. So VR is definitely for medicine, for B2B, for industry, something that's already in use, and that's coming more heavily also than with AI connected or combined with AI. Maybe one additional thought to the banking industry. What I could imagine is that, as you rightly outlined, there are already some high net worth individuals or ultra high net worth individuals or the family offices who want to also get the exposure into Web3 or crypto. And then banks acting as bridge builder, as connector, and also do a little bit of education with maybe gamification elements to learn them. Okay, what is a wallet? What is a token? Things like that. So I think here that could be a maybe use case for banks on the short term.
So essentially, what you're saying is, maybe taking a step back, the banking business is heavily rooted in trust. So banks live off trust in a certain way, and helping customers navigate the complexities of the financial world. As the digital world is creating new values, notably with the currencies, notably with NFTs, which can be tools of diversification. There needs to, or there could be, trusted entities who will help those consumers or navigate the complexities of the new world, and therefore that's an opportunity for banks to position themselves.
To position themselves, yeah, and to also do kind of education. And I think education is always a good instrument to get into a new theme, new technology, new industry.
Absolutely, and that brings me actually to the end of the show. What do you think are the key skills which are required to navigate the future of the internet? On the one end, for marketers, and maybe also for organizations. What do organizations need to learn, and what should marketers do to be prepared for the new world?
I would say use the tools that are out there, the new tools. You cannot just read about it and listen to speeches or watch to YouTube videos, but you have to use the new technologies. And when we talk about Web3, set up a wallet, transfer a token, buy an NFT on OpenSea or whatever, or mint an NFT by yourself. It's so easy. Really get up to speed with the technology, because then you see what the capabilities, the possibilities are, but also what the limitations are, and maybe what is I mentioned the UX, which partly still is not ideal, and with these experiences and learnings, that can then be applied for your marketing activities. But I think in general, especially now with AI coming and coming quickly across the board and industries, it's the same. Use it. It's so simple to use a GPT, and also to kind of create your own GPT and feed it and train it and play around with it. I think that's crucial. I mean, we have 3 disruptive technologies getting into a mature phase sooner or later, and then also combined. So that will change a lot. And here again, I think education, be it someone else educating you, or you self-educate, you educate yourself, and this in a very practical way. I think this is becoming more and more important in the future.
So basically, get your hands dirty, embark on the journey, because there's seeing is believing. Once you have tried those technologies, there's sort of no turning back. Once you've seen the benefit of using these tools, I think people will automatically understand that this is changing everything, because there's this convergence, as mentioned, of different technologies which are running at different speeds, but together allow us to unlock a lot more potential in digital.
Yeah, that's one thing. The other thing is that these technologies will also bring different killer applications. I mean, in Web3, if we take this example again, everyone now is waiting for the next killer application, and this will come sooner or later. It's comparable to the internet very early, where you didn't have a Facebook or where you didn't have a Google at the very beginning, and then similar also to social media. it took some time until we then figured out how best to use it. And for Web3, it's the same. And for VR, Metaverse, and AI, it's similar. Yeah, and therefore I think it's crucial that you keep up with the latest developments, that you are open, that you're curious, no matter which age you are. But we are or should be in a mood of lifelong learning, and I think this is getting more and more important, because I don't think we ever had a situation where we had different disruptive technologies coming to a mature stage at the same time, and then also where there is an overlap and conversion between these.
Totally. The convergence is leading to new opportunity. Thank you so much. I think that was a very insightful conversation. I enjoyed it.
Thank you, Mark.
I hope you do.
It was a pleasure.
And for all the viewers, get your hands dirty. It's time to embark on this journey. Educate yourself, attend training sessions. There's also the IB, the organization, which helps you with that. With that, thanks a lot for watching. And this was You, Me, Web3. Thank you so much, and have a great day.